Dominik Mysterio receives a thank you message from WWE Champion after his efforts on Raw. It's not Liv Morgan. When Liv Morgan claimed to have a secret fling with former WWE star. Before becoming the Women's World Champion, Liv Morgan worked mainly mid-card storylines. 5 years ago on Raw, the female star had a storyline with former WWE superstars Rusev, Bobby Lashley, and Lana. During a segment on the December 30 episode on Raw in 2019, Lana and Bobby Lashley were about to get married in the ring. However, Liv Morgan returned and interrupted the ceremony, revealing her feelings for Lana. Lana assaulted Liv in the ring before Rusev showed up and assaulted Bobby Lashley, setting the stage for a mixed tag team match, where Rusev teamed up with Liv Morgan against Lana and Bobby Lashley. However, WWE didn't continue with this storyline and ended it prematurely, with all four superstars going in different directions. Rusev left the company in 2020, and Lana did so 1 year later. They eventually joined AEW. Bobby Lashley is the latest to become All Elite after leaving WWE in August 2024. The reigning Women's World Champion has been asked about her storyline with Lana and has opened up about the possibility of the creative team doing a similar storyline again. Liv Morgan had an interview with Inside the Ropes and Kenny McIntosh and said she would love to revisit that storyline with the former WWE star again. Me personally, I would love to touch on that story again, because I think it's so important just to show not different people, but, hey, maybe I love this girl, I think it's important just to show that. But I don't think you can ever say never in WWE. I think anything and everything is open to being visited again. Is that happening? I have no idea, but would I like it? For sure. But it was a very crazy experience, Liv said. Lana recently took to social media and asked her followers whether they would like to see her return to WWE for the Raw premiere on Netflix on January 6, 2025. Triple H and the team could consider a storyline between the two stars if she returns. For now, the reigning Women's World Champion is focused not only on Rhea Ripley, but also on her title match with Io Sky at Saturday night's main event on December 14. However, WWE Champion to be introduced as Rhea Ripley's new ally upon huge return on Raw. Rhea Ripley's feud with the Judgment Day on WWE Raw has been going strong for several months with multiple twists and turns. Mammy finally got the upper hand over her arch-rival Liv Morgan at last week's Survivor Series 2024, where the former pinned the Women's World Champion in the grueling War Games match. That said, Ripley was outnumbered on the latest Raw, where Raquel Rodriguez shoved her into the announcer's table, affecting her already injured eye. Amid this, a name familiar to both Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan could potentially return to even the odds. Becky Lynch, who's been heavily rumored to make her WWE return once Raw moves to Netflix, could emerge as the Eridictor's new ally. It's worth noting that Lynch's final match before her previous WWE contract expired was against Morgan on the May 27 edition of Raw. Since then, the Women's World Champion has claimed that the man had retired. As such, it would make great sense for Lynch to return and join forces with Ripley, a fellow babyface, to teach Liv Morgan and her Judgment Day stablemate, Raquel Rodriguez, a lesson. Though Lynch and Ripley have been rivals in the past, a common foe could bring them together, just like how Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns had come together to battle the Solo Sikoa-led version of the Bloodline. Moreover, Becky Lynch was even clicked at Netflix Media Day, further raising speculations that she would return to the company sooner rather than later. However, this week on Monday Night Raw, Dominik Mysterio almost pulled off a surprise win over Gunther. On social media, the reigning WWE World Heavyweight Champion sent a message to Dom. Mysterio is involved in a storyline with his Judgment Day stablemate, Finn Balor. There has been tension between both superstars, with Mysterio reminding Balor of his loss to Damian Priest at Bad Blood. Meanwhile, The 27-year-old was able to get the victory over his former stablemate. On Instagram, Gunther shared a video of him powerbombing Dominik. The ring general sent a 5-word message. "Thank you for showing up," wrote Gunther. Former WWE employee Tony Carlucci believes Dominik Mysterio will betray Finn Balor at Saturday night's main event. The Prince is set to challenge Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship at the show. On Behind the Turnbuckle podcast, Carlucci predicted Mysterio to get involved in Balor's title match. He said, "You think he'll win the title there at Saturday night's main event? It's a big question. I don't think he will. You know what I think might happen? Dirty Dom's gonna get involved in that match right there, and then you're gonna have a little angle between Dom and Finn. And we called this months ago, coach. We called this months ago how it was gonna break up Judgment Day. Liv wants to run it. Finn needs to be a big-time heel. And guess what's happening, coach? It's happening." Following Dominik Mysterio's loss to Gunther on Raw, Balor ambushed the World Heavyweight Champion. He hit coup de grace thrice before demanding a title shot to General Manager Adam Pearce. Pearce made the match official, and Balor now has the opportunity to become a 2-time WWE World Champion. His only reign as a world champion was in 2016 when he won the Universal title. However, Becky Lynch to return on Raw, call out retired former WWE star for WrestleMania 41 match. Becky Lynch is heavily speculated to return to WWE next year when Monday Night Raw moves to Netflix. While it is expected that the man would go after the current women's world champion, Liv Morgan, Becky might pull out a surprise and instead challenge a retired WWE female superstar for a match at WrestleMania 41. The superstar in question is AJ Lee, wife of WWE superstar CM Punk. Lee retired from in-ring competition in 2015, just when Becky had started her main roster journey in the Stanford-based promotion. The two not only never faced each other in a match, but also reportedly shared cold vibes. Becky Lynch shed light on her awkward interaction with Lee once at WWE Backstage in her book Becky Lynch. The Man, Not Your Average Girl. She revealed that once she saw AJ Lee in the locker room and went for a handshake. However, she received a cold response from Lee. That was their only interaction in WWE, and they never crossed each other's path since. The chances of AJ Lee and Becky Lynch potentially feuding with each other are also high because their husbands, CM Punk and Seth Rollins, are locked in a heated rivalry currently. The two have real-life heat also. Further, there can also be a mixed tag team match at WrestleMania 41 with Seth and Becky taking on Punk and AJ Lee. Teaming together won't be new to Becky and Seth especially, seeing as how they have worked as a tag team previously in 2019. However, Sonya Deville shared a cryptic update following this past Monday's edition of WWE Raw. The veteran is a member of the Pure Fusion Collective faction alongside Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark. Deville shared a bizarre message earlier this week and followed it up with another one on social media. Shayna Baszler was eliminated in the Women's Intercontinental Championship tournament this past Monday night on Raw. Dakota Kai defeated the Queen of Spades and Katana Chance in a triple threat match to advance in the tournament. Deville took to social media today to suggest that a major change was coming to her faction. "Something's boiling inside of us. It'll come out soon." Sonya Deville does not appear to be competing in the Women's Intercontinental Championship tournament on Raw. The 31-year-old captured the Women's Tag Team Championship last year with Chelsea Green, but tore her ACL shortly after winning the titles. Sonya Deville recently disclosed that Asuka was her dream opponent in the wrestling business. The Empress of Tomorrow has not been in action since the Kabuki Warriors dropped the Women's Tag Team Championship to Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair at WWE Backlash in May. Asuka is currently out of action with a knee injury and was pulled from the Queen of the Ring tournament earlier this year. Speaking with Chris Van Vliet on the Inside Tea podcast, DeVille noted that she has competed against Asuka in the past, but never on television. She shared that she used to battle the former champion in NXT, and she was her favorite opponent. I've had a million matches with her, but not a lot televised, and never a singles televised to my knowledge. Asuka is one of my favorite opponents. We would have awesome matches down in NXT 7 years ago, 8 years ago on live events and road loops, and it was my favorite match to this day. But we never got an angle on TV, said DeVille. Hi lovely viewers, welcome to my channel. I am Lima. Hope your day is so well. If you like the video, and subscribe the channel.